Hey everyone, it's Don, aka Captain Cross-Stitch here. I'm recording this today on February 1st, 2025, and this is Floss Tube number 16. Woohoo, sweet 16. If you are a current subscriber, welcome back. Good to have you. If you're a new subscriber, this channel is 99% about cross-stitch and 1% other fun things as I see fit, whether that be books, TV shows, movies, comics, video games, what have you, whatever interests I may have going on any given month. So I've had to start this video over because somehow it messed up and I couldn't restart it. So we're starting over. Alright, so let's look at my book of days for 2025. This was fairly busy for the month of January, although it kind of fizzled out toward the end because of football playoffs. I'm a big football person, so my team, the Ravens, they fell short yet again, playing in a blizzard in Buffalo, so I only pray that Buffalo can beat Kansas City, because I can't stand Kansas City with all the circus that surrounds them with Kelsey and Swift and all that nonsense, and every other commercial during the games are Patrick Mahomes and State Farm and all that crap. So I'm sorry, it's just sour about the whole deal. But anyway. But that'll soon be over, so because next week is Super Bowl. So I'm hoping. Did I say Buffalo? I meant the Eagles. Buffalo already missed out. They had their chance too, and they blew it big time. So yeah, go Eagles. All right. So what things went on during the month of January? So I had 3 new starts. That might be I think that is a record for me in one month. Let's see. So New Year's Day, of course, started the new year, new month. Was also the opening day for entering your name to see if you could get in or get a spot at the Queen City Stitch Retreat for this coming October 2025, whose guest of honor will once again be the wonderful and talented Nora Corbett. So that's the main reason I'm going. I want to meet her. I want to kind of, hopefully from one artist to another. I'd like to kind of pick her brain a little bit about her processes and how she does things and whatnot. So, but anyway, but I worked on a few whips, not a whole lot. This time, like 4 or 5 different ones, and some of those, and my 3 new starts were among that mix. So really, not a whole lot on projects already started. Only 2 or 3 other ones. But anyway, so that was January. This is what February looked like. as you can see, there are some hints on here as to what I hope to work on in February, as well as some of the new starts that I will continue working on. And I got a bunch of new stickers today. I went to Michael's this morning after the Aberdeen Stitching Group. Hey everybody! This morning we had Carol and Ellen. My wife was there, Nancy. Devin and her daughter Chelsea were there. I think that was it. If I'm forgetting anyone, oh, Kim. How could I forget her? Yeah, founder of the group, right? Yeah, Kim was there, and so yeah, it was a good morning. So after that, from 9 to noon, we went to Michael's. Plus, I got my hair cut, which I'm not going to show you. I mean, it was a good cut. Don't get me wrong, but a habit. I don't know why. Whenever I get a haircut, I guess because the hair is really short, I like to wear a hat because I like hats. I like collecting them. This one is, I don't know if you can read it. It's from the yeah, it's from the 2013 U.S. Open men's golf tournament, and that was in Marion, PA. A friend of mine, Denver Christopher, he took me with him as a guest, and his company was a big sponsor. The company he works for, they were a big sponsor for the tournament. So I got this hat while I was there. So yeah, so I'm gonna start a new trend for myself. I think I'm gonna try wearing a new hat every episode. So that's 12 hats a year, and I've got plenty to start. More than enough for this year. I have one I'm gonna buy. I looked it up on Amazon today, and it was there. So I'm gonna buy it and maybe wear it in the next couple of episodes. All right, so that's that. Okay, so my first whip that this is an ongoing project, and I'm so slow. I swear. It drives me up a wall that I'm so slow. But I'm getting there. I'm getting close. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this will be a 2024 finish. Oh, this is 25. A 2025 finish. So this is my Stegosaurus. This was out of the debut issue of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine from 1982, I think. 1, 2, 3, somewhere in there. And the design is by, so she was a geology technologist from California, and her name is Joan Berriger. And yeah, she has a company called XYZZX Creations, and I had mentioned her in a past video, and somebody had commented, when I was doing like a little bit of history about the design. She actually, the person that commented, actually went online and found her company, and it's still up and running. At least online, you can go on there. I mean, she doesn't have a ton of designs. I think this was a side thing for her during those years, and I'm not sure how old the lady is, but But yeah, you can buy this design and a couple other dinosaurs, I think, and some other things. So you can check that out. And that was stitched on a 14 count fiddler's cloth from Charles Craft, I think. All right. Next up is my first new start of the year. And this is Honeybee Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Okay. And I'm stitching, this is my start. And that's being done on 16 count Marsh Fern by To Die For Fabrics. I don't really know much about that company. This was part of a my Stitchy Kindness that I received last year from Raymond, one of my subscribers. He sent me a box full of 14 and 16 count pieces of fabric, and some of them are really nice pieces like that, and some others, I'll have another one I'll show you in a minute, that some of them are small pieces. I will admit, you know, they might be like, you know, leftover pieces after another piece was cut or whatever. But for the most part, most of them are fat quarters. There's a couple of larger pieces in there as well, and some gridded fabric as well. So thank you, Ren, for that. Trying to make as much use of it as I can. And then of course, in light of my impending travel to Charlotte for the Queen City retreat, I started 2 Nora Corbett projects, one Mirabilia and one Nora Corbett. And this is one of them is called Minerva. And let's see. And I'm stitching this on another piece from the Stitchy Kindness stash from a company called Garibaldi's Needleworks. I've never heard of them, but this is called Iced Coffee, and it's a good piece of fabric. I like it. So this is this is like her left arm and shoulder and her hair, and then the hat starting up here. So this is all one color. That's a DMC 310. So that's the first one. Don't have a nice bag for that yet. Yeah, I've actually run out of, you know, handmade project bags. So I had to resort to the old Amazon's zipper bag. But we'll get there. And then my final new start for January. From Mirabilia. This is called Red Lady Pirate. So I started that, and yeah. Not much of a start. This is being done on 14 count Colleen, I believe, by Grace Notes Fabric. I'm going to unfold part of this because, yeah, so Colleen, and look at the top of this. I don't know if you can see this. So doesn't that look like clouds? So I'm using that as the top because the top of the design is bereft of anything. No birds, no nothing. So I figure at the very least I might let the fabric speak for what is above her. If it looks good enough with the modeling that looks like clouds, I'm gonna use that and not muck with it at all. But if it still looks like it needs a little extra something, I'm gonna backstitch some like seagulls or from a distance. So they'll just be like little squiggly V-shaped kind of things. That's the plan. And then the only other thing I worked on was my Joan Elliott Crescent Moon Dragon. Today's beverage, Nestle Pure Life Water. And this is in my dragon bag. As you can see, some dragon stuff going on in there. And then the back. This bag was made by Pinky Promises. You can find them on Etsy. She does wonderful embroidered bags. Plus it's got my fancy metal dragon zipper pull. I've had that for years, like in a jar, and I was thinking one day I'll have a use for it. And I finally did. So there's what the finished product looks like, if you've not seen that before. I know I share this every episode. I'm wondering if people are tired of looking at it. Should I give it a rest or should I keep working on it? I mean, anyway. So that's where I am. So you can see the head has really started to fill in. That's what I've been working on, is this part of the neck and the head. So starting to get there and get some things up here. It'll see more love. I just don't want you guys to get bored. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. And that is being stitched on grease notes. You know, I can't remember. Is it Andrew? Now I'm curious. Oh, there it is. I'm not gonna. Oh, it's Barbara. That's what it is. So 14 count, Grace Note, Barbara is the name. Sorry about that, guys. It would have bugged me if I hadn't figured it out. Alright, so that was at my whips for January. Not a whole lot. Let's see, what do we want to do now? Let's do some haul. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I put my haul down and I didn't know where I laid it. Okay, so another new thing for 2025 is I finally joined my first Fabric of the Month Club. So I ordered this in December, and so this is my first Fabric of the Month. Is, I'm assuming, the Fabric of the Month for the month of January. Let's see what it says here. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, so I joined the Neutrals Fabric of the Month Club from Grace Notes Fabric, which is my go-to company. And this is what they sent out. I get the neutral Ada 14 count, and this one is called Macchiato. I think it comes across okay. So, you know, it's neutral. It's the white, you know, fabric. It's a kind of creamy, frothy, whatever, you know, macchiato. I guess that's a coffee. I don't drink coffee. So, yeah. So I'm happy to get that, and this will help me build a supply of neutrals for things in the future. You know, should I say, oh, you know, I think I have something for that. Yeah. If I can fold it back together. So yay, my first Fabric of the Month. I'm happy about that. It doesn't take much to make me happy, but it could take anything to upset me. Just about. I seem to have succumbed to a lot of things that depress the hell out of me, and so a lot of time my mood is sour and I don't feel like stitching. That's why if I had somebody that I could pick up the phone and say, hey, you want to, go up some Panera for a couple hours and do some stitching, I would love that. So, but I don't. So that's why I have a lot of lost stitching time. Instead of stitching like I want to, I just sit here and watch TV or whatever. But anyway, I'm hoping to break that cycle a little bit soon. I mean, at least football will be over, so that'll be a big time suck that I won't have to deal with anymore. At least not until September. Alright, so I had one order that I placed to 123 Stitch, my go-to place, and they had apparently had an issue with one of the items I ordered, so that got mailed separately a week later than my initial order. Alright, so this time around, I got kind of an eclectic group of patterns that I ordered from. So of course I got my obligatory Bella Filipina because I'm collecting those. So I always order at least one of those every order. This is pattern number 15 called Anemone. Very pretty. I've seen several people on the Floss tube are either working on this or I've mentioned it. It's from the blue flower called In Praise of Pollinators. I'm sure you probably have seen this one, but I think it's too cool. It's just amazing how they put that together. This I had just, well, I'm a collector of peacock patterns as well, so I had not seen this one before. This is from Bendy Stitchy. I don't think I know Bendy Stitchy Designs. I've never heard of them. This is called Pocket Peacocks. It's a small design. I think if I need a small project to work on, that might be one I do. Okay. And as I am sometimes an idiot, I accidentally ordered something twice. This is Anne Stripes from Shakespeare's Peddler, and it's the companion piece to the one called Stars by Plymouth Street Samplers. So there's that. So I'll give this away to somebody who would like it. If you're interested, comment below with the word stripes. Yeah, mention the word stripes in your comment, and I'll put your name in the drawing, and I'll give you the month of February to enter, and then I'll pick a winner in time for my next episode somewhere around the beginning of March, whenever my next video will be. So again, in your comment, use the word stripes, and I'll enter you for a drawing. Okay? this one I saw and was just totally blown away by it, and I've never heard of them. The pattern is called Alice, and it's by RETM. Not sure who or what that is, but it's a Quaker style, but with Alice in Wonderland. It's really cool. So Alice, there's Alice looking into the rabbit hole. There's a rabbit hole, there's a rabbit, and then there's all Wonderland underneath. That is a very smart design. Whoever came up with this, and there's the company, RETM. Whoever did this is a genius. And I hope they do one for Wizard of Oz. That would be super cool. So if anybody knows anybody or knows about this, or maybe they've already done it. I didn't really look into it too much. Maybe I'll do that after I finish this video. But how cool is that? That might move close to the top of the pile for being kitted and stitched. Then I got my first, I think it's my first tiny modernist design called Moths and the Moon. Just love the colors on that. Plus the design is freaking cool too. All right, and then last but not least, I had found out about this company some time ago, and I went online and looked at a bunch of their stuff, but there was a pattern that I couldn't find. And for some reason 123 Stitch had it listed, but it was out of stock, like infinitely out of stock. I'm like, okay, so you had it at one time and they're never going to reprint it or redo whatever. Well, one day the email comes that says, hey, look what's back in stock. And I was just like, okay, I need to place an order right now. And I did. So this is from the Crossed Wing collection. As you may know, they're big on their bird patterns. It's a couple, I think it's a husband and wife team from Wisconsin that does this company. I think one of them is the artist, and then not sure, what their process is. But this says it's designed by Paula Minkbiggie. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but anyway, it's called Redbirds and Raspberries. So that'll be a good one for an important. That one will be made by the Fabric Choice. Not sure what I would choose. Looks like the model on the picture was stitched on linen of some kind, but I don't do linen, so I have one more. Oh yeah. And then the piece, they got separated from the order that they shipped a week later for whatever reason, is a cottage garden samplings. Did you hear that, Hannah? Hannah Banana? My new, I'm also maybe not as hardcore collector as Hannah Dowling. Where are you? Of this company's design, so she may or may not have this one yet, but it's called Peacock and Pomegranate. So another one for my peacock collection. Alright, so that's all of my haul. That's all I have. Alright, so we're only up to about 35 minutes, so I'm hoping to wrap this up pretty quick. So I do my channel because I love being amongst the community, and hopefully sharing something I love with other people that are like-minded. So I try and watch other floss tubers, especially brand new ones, when they're posting their first video. I love to support those people, whoever they are, because it's sometimes daunting to start out, because you may or may not know anyone or what have you, but doubly so if the floss tuber is male, because there's not many of us. So recently, within the past month, I found two guys actually that just recently posted their first videos, and actually one has already posted his second within the past week or two. So I'll put their information down below if I can remember to do that. But anyway, the first guy, his floss tube name is Willit Stitch, Willit Stitch. He has one video, okay? One video. Now, granted, I don't know if he has people, like maybe he did something previously and he carried people over. I don't know how it works. But he already has 1.14K subscribers after one video. I've done 15 and I barely have 150. So obviously, either he's doing something extremely right or I'm doing something extremely wrong. Don't know what it is. It irks me a little bit. Not that I'm looking for any kind of fame or fandom, but you think if it's just random, how can it be so different? And that's not all. My next guy, his name is, he goes by the channel Sheldon in Stitches. He's got 2 videos, and he has 2.54K subscribers. How is that possible? Like I said, if somebody can tell me what I'm doing wrong to get, because I just want people to see me. I don't even care about anything else. I just, but how am I even reaching anyone? It makes me wonder, like, should I just stop? And, I feel like I'm wasting my time. But anyway, so those are, and their videos are long and they're wonderful. They had a bunch of cool projects. The one guy's from Canada, I'm not sure if they both were, but I know one of them was. And they had some really cool stuff, and some of them were big, but yeah, they have some amazing stuff. So please go check them out and give them more subscribers. Um, and then another guy who's probably more famous, I think, although and if you're into pretty ladies, then you know who I'm about to mention. It's James the PH Stitcher. He's from Philippines, I believe, and he does nothing but pretty ladies. He does Bella Filipinas and all the big name stuff. So I think it's important for, I don't know if there is really a stigma. I don't think there's a stigma against it, but I can't seem to think that the word is spread too much, because I think most men aren't interested in fiber arts. I don't know what it is, but not that I care a whole lot, I guess, but because I was wondering if there were going to be like any other men at the um, Queen City retreat coming in October. And last year when they had Autumn Lane Stitchery, the guy who designs their stuff, I think his name is Ken, um, he was there, and I'm sorry I missed him. I would have wanted to have met him, because it seems like there's some important people, either in design or at least within companies that are putting out stuff that I would love to pick their brains a little bit. So what does February and the future hold? Well, as far as retreats go, I got two. I'm both paid to get in. I had both of my hotels reserved. So I'm in save money mode. But we'll see what happens. I guess additional news as it develops. I did get my, I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but I did receive my stuff from International Cross Stitch for my chatelaine pattern that I'm gonna do, the Summer Fairy. So I have my threads. I have all my crystal beads. So now I just gotta find my fabric. I think I found a piece that I'm gonna use. It's called Buttercup from Grace Notes Fabric. I just have to order it. I looked online at some. I wanted something that had that kind of creamy yellow kind of feel to it, which yellow is not my thing. I've never been a big fan of yellow, but I think it will work well with the pattern and all the threads and crystals. I think it'll look really good on that. So, but we'll see. I'm going to order it probably here in the next, maybe tonight. Who knows? Yeah, so I'll get that kitted, or completely kitted with the fabric, and maybe get that started sooner than later. What else do I got? I guess no real plans other than that. Going into February, yeah, we'll see what the future brings. All right. So that's it for my cross-stitchy portion. Now for my other 1%, I'm going to talk about, this month I'm going to talk about the, who puts it out? Is it NBC? Well, the show I'm going to talk about is Yellowstone, which I'm coming kind of late to the party on it. Very late, in fact. But I wanted to check it out because, it has lasted 5 seasons, and there's been at least one spin-off show, if not more, I think maybe. Yeah, have been loving it. Let me just tell you, I'm glad the seasons are short enough, they're long enough to give you what you need to resolve things, but they're also short enough that you're realizing that they're going to get to the point. But what you don't know is how they're going to get there or what's going to happen, because there have been some twists and surprises, and I'm well into season 4 already, so really loving that. So hopefully when I wrap that up, I'll pick another show that hopefully hasn't gotten too many seasons under its belt that I can try that would be interesting. If you want to make any suggestions, go for it. All right. So I think that's it for now, and we're coming a little over 45 minutes, which isn't terrible. All right. Until next time, Captain Cross-Stitch signing off, and I'll see you when I see you. Keep on stitching. Bye.